Hello, friends, 3,236 subscribers and fellow survivors of narcissistic abuse. Welcome back to Diary of a Narcissist's Ex-Wife. My name is Meredith, and these are my true stories, thoughts, and opinions. The first thing I want to say is thank you so much for all of your wonderful comments on the video that I put up yesterday about why I've been away. You all made me feel so good, and I just wanted to say thank you so much, and it makes me feel so good to know that I'm helping people and that you missed me when I was gone. So I'm back today. I was looking through the comments last night since I've decided to bring my channel back to life, and I do have 9 less subscribers today than I did yesterday because there were some abusive people on here that I had to take off because, you know, I feel like I had enough of that when I was married to a narcissist. I certainly don't need that in my life anymore, and that's kind of how I deal with toxic people and toxic situations in my life. My attitude is kind of just like, I'm out of here, you know, not dealing with it. Did that enough, life's too short, those people aren't worth it. So I get rid of them. But a couple of comments, people asked me to do, you know, another Harry and Meghan video, and I have been wanting to talk about Meghan's discards. And, you know, since I'm trying to put off getting into the bad part of my diary where everything starts to fall apart for me, I thought this would be a good time to do that. So today I'm going to talk about what we know about the people that Meghan has discarded in her life, because this is a pattern of behavior with them. Okay, we know that they're going to start off with the love bombing, which is when they make you think that they are the answer to your prayers. They are everything that you have been looking for your whole life. They are what you want and cannot live without. And the way they do that is because they are very observant and they study you. And they pick up on every little nuance and everything that you say. And even if they're not commenting it, they're storing it in their memory so that they can use it against you at some point. And the first time they use it against you is in the love bombing stage, where they are putting together what it is that you're looking for as they're getting to know you. And the more they learn about you, the more they're able to adapt their chameleon-like self to become the shell of the person that you want. And that's part of, you know, how they lure you in. And once they get you trapped in their web, either by, you know, marrying you or having a child with you or moving in with you, they're going to keep up that love bombing stage to an extent that they're able to get to the next step, which is to trap you. And then once they have you lured in, that's when the mask comes off and the devaluation starts and the gaslighting and the lies and the cheating and the destruction of your self-esteem, the destruction of your self-respect, possibly the destruction of your health, the destruction of your sanity, the destruction of your soul, and the destruction of your heart. I mean, they destroy you. And on top of that, they take all your money too. So when they're done with you, you are left as a shell of the person that you once were. So, and then when they get you to that point where they have taken everything from you that they possibly can, then that's when they discard you. So that's what we're waiting to happen. Those of us who have been in a narcissistic relationship and are seeing this all play out with Harry and Meghan, that's what we're waiting for next. You know, we've been able to see the love bombing. We don't really see what's going on behind closed doors. You know, what we've seen in public so far as the devaluation. I did a video on that. But the worst of it, we're not seeing. We're not seeing the destruction of Harry's self-respect. We're not outwardly seeing his loss of his self-esteem. We're not outwardly seeing his broken heart. But those of us who have been in a narcissistic relationship, we know that's what's happening to him. So far as the people that Meghan has discarded, and there's a long line of them, because as I said, it's the pattern with them, and once they can get done out of you what they want, then they don't need you anymore. They're going to move on to their next target. So, but you know, the one that had me puzzled the most was her family. So I want to talk about that one first, because she seemed to have a close, loving relationship with her father, with her sister. I don't know so much about the relationship with the brother, but I'm pretty sure that she lived with her father for a time, and she seemed to have a close relationship with her sister Samantha. I believe she even lived with her sister Samantha for a while too, and the family seemed to be really, really close. And the only reason that I can think that she had to get rid of them is, and Harry never met them. And to me, the big reason that Harry never met them is because Meghan knows that her family is on to her. They know what she is. They know who she is. They know what she's capable of. And she did not want any of them getting a hold of him, letting him know about what she can do and what she's capable of. If you watched The Bachelor last week, it's when that lady found Peter out there after his date with Victoria and warned him about her. I think Meghan was afraid that somebody would do that, and so she had to make sure that he didn't meet anybody in her family. But they tried to warn him anyway. And you know, that's how those of us who have been with a narcissist, we always wonder to ourselves, and especially, you know, if it's the next woman, we always wonder to ourselves, should we try to warn her or not? And you know, if she's been part of a breakup of your relationship and he cheated with her, you're mad and you don't care. And you don't want to warn her because you hate her and you hope that she just gets what she's got coming to her. But you know, when you're able to look back on it objectively and realize that you were manipulated and she's falling for the exact same things that you fell for, and your past is now her future, you feel a lot more empathy towards her and you want to warn her. And we know that Thomas Markle Jr. wrote a letter to Prince Harry, tried to warn him about her. We know that Samantha did an interview with one of the rag magazines, I don't know which one it was, and tried to warn the royal family as well. You know, she called her Princess Pushy and said that she would destroy the royal family. And she has done some serious damage to that family. She really has. So that's why I think she had to make sure Harry didn't meet her family. And, you know, with them, they're always the victim. So she made it seem like they had done things to her, I'm sure, is the story that, you know, she told him, and she just didn't want anything to do with them anymore because they were too toxic. You know, they always want to be away from toxic people, but they can't ever get away from toxic people because they're the most toxic person in their life. So, family. Husband number 1, Trevor Engelson. This is the one that she took off her wedding rings and sent them back to him in the mail. Apparently, he was thinking everything was okay, and I think they were living apart because they were doing different, you know, type of Hollywood type things. She was working on Suits. He may have been in LA. Mailed the rings back to him. Only with him for, I think it was about 2 years, which is maybe the longest that they're able to keep their masks up. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But, so she was with him for 2 years. He helped her get that acting gig in Suits, so apparently that was what she wanted and needed from him. And when she got what she wanted, she let him go. Then there was Corey Vitiello, who was a celebrity chef that she was actually living with, and she was living with him at the time she met Prince Harry. And see, for me, that's kind of where the mystery of how she and Harry really met comes in, because the story is that they were introduced by a mutual friend. Excuse me. But I have heard that he was one of the chefs that did catering for something Harry was involved with, I think with his Invictus Games, and it was that May of 2016, even though they said they didn't meet until July. But apparently Meghan was his +1 at this dinner, and she could have met Prince Harry there. maybe she didn't, but maybe that's where she first decided, ooh, I might want to have to get after this. Who knows? Maybe that's when she set him as a mark, and maybe then inveigled herself to meet the person who could be the mutual friend who could introduce them. Or maybe it was Marcus Anderson, as some people say. I've heard so many different stories about who introduced them that I really don't have any clue. That's one of the mysteries about those two. And one of these days I am going to do a video about the things that are mysterious and murky and just kind of unknown and just speculated on about these two. But that's another story. So we have Corey, who apparently she dumped him the very minute that she met Prince Harry. Because you can't be living with somebody else when you are going to be after a very high-profile man. So she couldn't have him hanging around. He was, you know, out the back door as quickly as she met Harry. And then there are a couple of her celebrity journalist friends. There's Piers Morgan, who, if you ever listen to him, he is very, very bitter about the way that she treated him. And he goes on and on about it. He's on Good Morning Britain, which I watch on YouTube a lot. So look him up and look and see what he says about her. And he knows that she used him. He says it. And then there was another British journalist, Liz, I'm not sure about her last name, but it's like Churney or Chunny or Churning, something like that. She was friends with Meghan too. I saw her interviewed. And she is, you know, talking about her the same way that Piers Morgan did, you know, that she was just unceremoniously discarded. And the lady said to her, well, aren't you just a jilted friend? And she just laughed and she said, no, I'm not a jilted friend. I mean, anybody who has been used and discarded by a narcissist knows that that's not what it is. It's much more than that, and it's darker than that, and you see sides of people that you don't ever think you would see when you're involved with a narcissist, because you didn't know that those type of people existed. And that's how people get involved in relationships with those type of people. So hopefully I am doing something to get the word out there. But, you know, so what I'm wondering now is, the thing that's in the news is the Queen is not going to let them use the brand name Sussex Royal. So I'm wondering if maybe this will be the thing that gets her to discard Harry. You know that they have spent months trademarking everything that they could possibly put Sussex Royal on, and were planning to make money off of it as their brand. So this is a big blow to them financially and plan-wise. And I am sure that Meghan is absolutely furious, because you know how mad they get when things do not go according to their plans. That's enough to definitely ruin your day. They will throw huge, huge tantrums. So I imagine that's probably what's going on behind the scenes that we can't see. But if you've been with a narcissist, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just wondering if this is the thing that she's going to realize, okay, well, I've gotten everything I can out of him. Let me go for a big settlement in a divorce. Those of us who have been with a narcissist are remembering how messy divorce with a narcissist can be. So if that's going to be the next step in here, you can believe that there is going to be fireworks in it. So anyway, if you enjoyed my video, please like. If you'd like to be notified when I put up videos, hit the bell, and please subscribe to my channel, since I had to lose 9 subscribers yesterday who were nasty. All right, have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.